Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Horizons review series. Today we are reviewing episode 35. Let's get started and I hope you enjoy. So we are back with the Vault Tacklers after a few weeks off and they are short on money. All this adventuring around regions, tracking down the legendary heroes has dried up their bank accounts. So everyone decides to pitch in and try to help out using their own specialities to try and make some money. I really like the premise of this episode. It's realistic and it lets all of the characters in the crew show off what they can bring to the table. But the main plotline in this one is that Friede accepts a job to go and track down a missing Pokemon. I want to see more of this, the crew actually accepting missions and jobs, because it seems like a perfect way this anime could go for them to interact with different Pokemon and different scenarios. So I hope to see more of this, and it looks like next week we could be carrying on with this trend. But tracking down this missing Pokemon was the A plotline, and the B plotline was Liko has been tasked to do an assignment for school on a Pokemon and trainer bond that she admires. Really great stuff. I'm glad they're bringing back in some school aspects, since it feels like it's been ages since we've had any mention of it. So it was just a great way to tie in two storylines. So Friede, Liko and Roy head out for this mission, and turns out it's an old pal of Friede's who wants to track down a Bramblin that he recently caught in Paldea. So we're getting some new Paldea Pokemon on show finally, which is pretty cool. This episode made me appreciate Bramblin a bit more and the story behind it. There's all sorts of wacky shenanigans as the trio try to track down this tumbleweed Pokemon that just keeps blowing away in the wind. It was just a real wholesome, fun episode to watch. And while they're doing all these things, we keep seeing more of the Friede and Cap dynamic. They argue a lot, but at the end of the day they get the job done. And Liko was probably even more confused by observing them for the whole day. We also learn that Captain Pikachu is allergic to being called cute, which is absolutely hilarious. I love how this Pikachu is just so anti-Pikachu. He doesn't realise that he's the face of the whole franchise and one of the most recognisable anime characters of all time. I love him more and more every week. But the main confrontation is with these Pokemon hunters who are hunting down Pokemon for this girl who wants to collect a bunch of cute Pokemon, which of course ties into Pikachu and makes him mad. But we get a pretty cool battle with everyone getting involved, and a really funny moment with Friede where he pretends that he's just letting Pikachu do its own thing and arguing with it, but secretly they were plotting the rescue of this Bramblin. And then something I didn't really expect is that the Bramblin evolves into Brambleghast, and apparently its evolution method is how many steps it rolls. And of course it's been being blown about all over the place all day, so it was ready to evolve. A fantastic way to incorporate its evolution method in the anime. One that I had no idea about, and this is what I love about the Pokemon anime, showing off new things that you maybe skipped from the games or didn't realise. It makes you appreciate the world building a lot more. After some help from Cap and it evolving, it manages to escape from the cage and the hunters are taken down. And we get a shot that made people lose their minds as Friede and Pikachu do the signature high five that Ash and Pikachu used to do. I just thought this was really cool. A nice little nod to what came before, so well played. But overall I think I'm extremely positive on this episode. I love when episodes aren't really bringing the main plot forward, but they still find ways to develop these characters. We get to see more of Friede and Pikachu's dynamic and how their relationship works. And then Liko observing them just pushed that plotline forward more and helped along her own journey with the classwork and learning. And of course a bit more money helps along the way in their journey as well. I really hope we see more of these one-off job requests and maybe the crew even become like a group for hire. It would make a lot of sense to me to go in that direction, but this one was really fun. I'm going to give it a very solid 7 out of 10. Let me know what you thought. What is your rating out of 10? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.